today's case, every accused usually says, "I didn't commit this murder, I don't know anything." But in this shocking case, the accused claimed, "I didn't kill her, a ghost did." Today, we are going to look into the mysterious murder case that happened in Lokhandwala, Andheri West, Mumbai. This case has a massive twist at the end. Let's begin. Her name is Sunitha. She was born in Panipat, Haryana, in a family that struggled a lot before becoming financially stable. While growing up, Sunitha decided that she should have a big ambition and a dream in life. From childhood itself, she had a strong interest in fashion magazines. Whenever she saw beautiful dresses in those magazines, she would carefully save their pictures like an album and keep looking at them during her free time. She even saved the small amount of money given by her family to buy clothes and stitch dresses similar to the ones in those magazine photos. This passion slowly became her biggest dream, and Sunitha decided that one day she would become a fashion designer. Her life was going well, and during that time, a man named Kuldeep entered her life. He was also born in Haryana and came from a decent family background. One day, Kuldeep and Sunitha met, and after spending time together, both of them started liking each other and decided to fall in love. But the truth was very different from what Sunitha imagined. Kuldeep was not the kind and perfect man she thought he was. He was addicted to alcohol, but Sunitha didn't realize this during their relationship. After some time, they got married, and only after the marriage did Sunitha start seeing his real face. Kuldeep drank alcohol almost every day, and as the years passed, the couple had 2 children, first a son named Lakshya Singh and then a daughter. Slowly, life inside the house became unbearable for Sunitha because Kuldeep would constantly fight, argue, and physically abuse her almost every day. Life continued like this for years, but eventually Sunitha could not handle the pain anymore. Finally, she told her husband that she wanted a divorce. She packed her clothes and her children's belongings and decided to leave the house. Kuldeep begged her not to go, trying hard to convince her, promising that he would change and become a better person, but Sunitha refused to listen. She took her children and walked away. After this, Kuldeep and Sunitha officially got divorced, and Sunitha finally felt free. Her dream had always been to become a fashion designer, so she focused completely on her career and worked extremely hard for it. She was living in Mumbai, where becoming a successful fashion designer was very difficult because of heavy competition, but Sunitha was incredibly talented, and slowly she became very popular. Many celebrities became her clients, money started flowing in, and she became rich. Life finally seemed peaceful and successful. Sunitha, her son Lakshya Singh, and her daughter were all living together in a large apartment. Their son, Lakshya Singh, was now 21 years old and was considered very handsome. He dreamed of becoming a model, and with his mother's influence and support, he eventually entered the modeling field. He even participated in competitions and won the Mr. Photogenic award. Life once again seemed to be going perfectly for the family. But after Sunitha became successful and wealthy, she slowly developed a dangerous addiction to drugs. Since she worked in a highly creative field, she started taking different tablets and substances believing it would make her more creative and energetic. Over time, she became completely addicted. Her son Lakshya Singh also became addicted to drugs and alcohol, and eventually both mother and son started consuming them together. As time passed, Sunitha's behavior became very strange. Sometimes she would laugh suddenly, sometimes she would become terrified for no reason. The drugs and tablets had started affecting her mental health badly. She would suddenly wake up in the middle of the night in fear, and she even told Lakshya that the spirit of his father was haunting and troubling her. Lakshya also had a girlfriend named Aishu, and she too was staying in the same apartment with them. As life continued like this, Lakshya's girlfriend started convincing him that Sunitha's condition was not caused by drugs or tablets, but by the spirit of his father haunting her. Lakshya slowly began believing it, and Sunitha herself became convinced that somehow she needed to be cured and freed from her husband's spirit. During this time, when Lakshya's girlfriend visited her own father's house, she claimed that she could also feel a supernatural presence there. After returning home, she became determined to somehow cure Sunitha, and that's when they decided to consult a spiritual healer. This eventually led them to a man named Pol Pandi, who claimed to be a priest capable of removing evil spirits. Pol Pandi advised Sunitha to keep her mind calm, practice meditation, and continuously chant Om to find peace. Sunitha started following his advice, and after some time she finally began sleeping a little better. Now let's move to the day of the murder, October 4, 2018. That night, Sunitha was behaving strangely again, repeatedly chanting Om, Om, without stopping and acting very unusual. Unable to handle the situation, Lakshya Singh and his girlfriend locked her inside the bathroom and went outside the apartment to consume drugs. Around 8 o'clock, they returned home, and when they entered, they found Sunitha lying in a pool of blood inside the bathroom. But instead of immediately calling an ambulance, Lakshya's girlfriend claimed that Sunitha's husband's spirit was responsible and insisted that they should first try to drive the spirit away. But Sunitha suddenly became aggressive and angry, and Lakshya, completely influenced by his girlfriend's words, believed that hurting his mother would somehow drive the spirit away. In his drugged state, he started attacking her violently. During the assault, he pushed her forcefully against the wash basin, breaking it into pieces from the impact. The attack was so brutal that Sunitha died on the spot. But Lakshya was heavily intoxicated and didn't even fully realize what had happened. Still under the influence, he continued listening to his girlfriend and called Pol Pandi for help. When Pol Pandi arrived and saw the scene, he was completely shocked. He immediately ran outside and called the police. The police rushed to the apartment, but Lakshya was so intoxicated that he didn't even open the door properly for a long time. When the officers finally entered, they found Sunitha dead in a pool of blood. The police then began investigating Lakshya and his girlfriend, and both of them explained everything that had happened. Even during the investigation, Lakshya still appeared to be under the influence of drugs. Then suddenly, a man came to the police and said that he knew Sunitha. Shockingly, it was none other than Kuldeep, the same man they believed was haunting her as a ghost. Yes, he was alive. After the divorce, Kuldeep had fallen into depression because of the separation, but later he quit alcohol, went to a rehabilitation center, changed his life completely, and even started helping others recover from addiction. But Lakshya and his girlfriend, blinded by drugs, alcohol, and superstition, believed in the ghost story and committed this horrifying act. In the end, the police arrested both of them, and because of addiction and blind belief, 3 lives were completely destroyed.